So a little bit about IHRP. We were established 5 years ago in conjunction with the HR Industry Manpower Plan. We are a tripartite organization backed by MOM, NTUC, and SNEF. And we're here to do 3 things: to professionalize HR, to enable human capital development, and to foster a vibrant HR ecosystem. In the 5 years that we've been around, we already are nationally endorsed and internationally recognized. What this means is that anyone who is IHRP certified can choose to do a dual recognition by bridging across to CIPD in the UK, SHRM in the US, as well as AHRI in Australia. A little bit about the Corporate Partner Program. This is just a testimony to the value that companies see in joining. So what are some of the benefits, right? One of the key things are that you would enjoy 10% off the IHRP certification. Most join because they want to tap onto the 10% off the IHRP certification. Recertification also included every 3 years, and then you also get 10% off for CP to SP upgrade. And usually people go, how much is this then? So for non-Singaporeans and PRs, and actually this is what it is worth, 2,500 for senior professionals, HR lead level, 1,500 for certified professionals. But MOM is heavily subsidizing this because they want to make a push for HR to be recognized as a profession. Because of that, Singaporeans and PRs enjoy a heavily subsidized rate of $350 and $250. So this is almost like 70% off. And as a corporate partner, you will enjoy perpetual 10% off. What that means, you submit your documents within the 1-2 weeks of each quarter when it opens. Some of the additional benefits are like dialogues with policy holders. So these were our HR leads who interfaced with SMS Zaki. It was hosted at our IHRP office, and I think it was a great networking opportunity as well. We want to build that community for HR leaders to connect with each other, both online and offline. Besides that, we also had Prof. Nick Hawley, who's one of the top 10 global influential thought leaders in HR. And this was only open to our IHRP Master Professionals, Senior Professionals, and our corporate partners. I also personally curate webinars that I find meaningful for our corporate partners that balances out and brings in the more human side of HR. We partnered with faith-based HR mental health tech company to talk about the importance of mental health and wellness and how HR can play a part in driving that in your organization. That HR really has an important role to play in safeguarding the wellness of your people. So besides that, we also work closely with MOM that they allowed CPP's exclusive preview to access the data before it was formally launched. They also were able to experience the user experience and give feedback to MOM, which was actually incorporated to making it even better before it was formally launched to everyone. So we do hear first-hand information from MOM and we seek to share that with our corporate partners. All I want to share is do share and encourage with your colleagues that it's really better to jump on the bandwagon and get certified sooner rather than later and still be part of the early adopters. Moving on to skills badges, right? For organizations that have more than 20% certified, good news, you are able to enjoy complimentary skills badges promo codes. So each one is actually 250. For advanced, it's actually 350. And after that, you would receive a badge each and you can display it on LinkedIn. Think of the IHRP certification as a foundation. On top of that, you can actually attain skills badges in these emerging HR topics. So on this, if let's say HR practitioners do not yet have 150 hours of HR related learning to qualify to take the CP level, so you just need to showcase the project, the outcome, fill out the form, then my colleagues will be able to guide you through this process. Once 2 skills badges have been attained, congrats, you just take your paper A and B directly. You do not need to then write the experience assessment afterwards, and then you straight away go for conferment. HCDT is actually at the organization level. It measures the maturity of your HR processes and it will show you out of these 11 areas which are the low-hanging fruits that you would like to focus your time and efforts on for the next half a year. Now, so there's no cost doing this. and we already have more than 500 companies that have done it nationally. So we do have a pretty robust benchmark to benchmark against. So this is more in line with organizational transformation. So this is the CPP platform. There's no cost to joining, and when you sign, please provide all your relevant UENs and organization names. Here, the three things is we will support our eligible HR colleagues. That's why I mentioned earlier, it's good practice to sponsor your colleagues who wish to be certified. Even if you do not, they will still be eligible to receive the 10% off, but we highly encourage. Secondly, partner IHRP in the continuing professional development and the adoption of progressive HR practices. This, right, means that constantly have webinars that are curated for corporate partners, and after you're certified, professional practices community every month, there's usually 1 to 2. They also curate their own webinars, and sometimes we have our SPs or MPs who are guest speakers as well. So you can share this with your HR team regardless of whether they are certified or not yet. So this might also encourage and inspire them to begin on their own certification journey. Then thirdly, with regards to IHRP certification as a preferred hiring criterion, just want to clarify, this doesn't mean that you can't hire someone who is not certified. You can, but it just means that as a corporate partner, you recognize the value of professional HR certification. That all else being equal, if you have two candidates, let's say same experience, same pay, and one is certified and one is not, you might prefer the one who is certified because you know that they've gone through the rigor of meeting the national HR standards that are set, and you know that they've gone through the labor laws and legislation, they know their stuff, and that they have also gone through what are the body of competencies.